Hello everyone, and in this video I'll be showing you 5 tips that can help you in your game development journey using Unity. Tip number 1, snap on the grid. If you ever wanted to use a game object and move it to a specific range, simply select the game object and press Control key and then move it. You can move it into a specific locations. If you want to modify it, you can go into Edit, Grind and Snap Setting. You can change those whatever you want, like 2 units, and press Control key. Now it moved 2 units as long as I'm pressing the Control. Tip number 2, if you ever wanted to take a screenshot of your game and the Unity transform component is much of a help, very simple. Go into that scene view in your scene camera and then select your camera and the scene. Go to game object, put the align with the view. This will set your camera in scene the same position of the camera of the scene, and this will help you take screenshots more easier. Tip number 3, if you ever wanted to set a range for your integer value or a float, you can simply use the range attribute. Simply you need to put range and we set our minimum value, the maximum value, and there we go. Now in the inspector of the Unity you can see it is now range. The maximum is 4, the minimum is 0. Of course, you can change this integer based off your preference in the code later. Tip number 4. If you ever wanted to use a code and execute it without having an empty game object in your scene, simply use runtime initialize on load method. The code above will be executed after a scene is being loaded. No empty game object is necessary to exist in the scene. For example, I'm going to create a new scene here. I'm going to delete all game objects, and as you can see it's an empty hierarchy. Now I'm going to run the game. We're going to check our debug.log. Okay, let's run. As you can see, the code has been executed although there is no empty game object to carry a mono behavior. Tip number 5. If you ever wanted a random value to a boolean instead of an integer, simply use this code. I declared a boolean TOF and use the random value, and if it is higher than 0.5, it is true, it is lower, then it is false. Allow me to demonstrate. Here I set to print in the console so you can see the results. Okay, first one is false, second one is true. It will be a random value. It will be useful if you need a boolean random value, a seven number or an integer. I hope you enjoyed the video and would like to see you next time.